Hi there, this is another in my series on how to prepare for a Magento certification. This time we're going to talk about the Magento 2 Certified Solution Specialist Exam. I helped write this test, and I can say that it is a beast of an exam. In fact, while it doesn't cover code or development per se, I would consider this on par difficulty-wise with the professional developer test in terms of knowledge of Magento, how to administer it, knowledge of subjects related to even e-commerce. So it's not only Magento focused. So while it covers different material, it is still about the same difficulty. So the question is, how do I prepare to pass this? How do I earn this achievement? Before I do though, I want to present a shameless plug. You see, as I helped write this test, I saw how difficult it was, but ultimately the marks of how knowledgeable a professional is in passing this test. And as such, I am investing hundreds of hours in pulling together information, practical experience, practical lessons on how to achieve this certification. It's in the form of the Solution Specialist Prep course on our website, swiftauto.com. I'll drop a link below in the comments. You see, I guarantee it that it'll help you pass. And another cool aspect of this is that you get your own commerce environment. So you get to click through, you get to understand exactly how this works in real life in your own environment. So it's really been rewarding in that I've seen many success stories of people using this course and then they pass. If you're going to do this on your own, and it's entirely possible to do this on your own, here are some important topics to remember. So first, remember though that this covers Commerce Edition. So you will need access to a commerce environment. Otherwise, I can pretty much guarantee you will not pass. So I'd like to divvy up this last minute or two into the discussion of 5 objectives that are covered on the test. What does it take in order to achieve this per objective? So there's a total of 60 questions, 5 objectives, 90 minutes to answer these questions, a minute and a half each. The first objective is e-commerce. Again, as you review the study guide, every topic here is important. The most critical, though, is the study of the B2B module and multi-source inventory. I find these are where people tend to be most weak. Of course, GDPR and PCI compliance is also part of the test, and it's really important to know this, but B2B and multi-source is the practical areas where most knowledge is missing. So ensure you've worked with every piece of this functionality. For example, in MSI, multi-source inventory, configure multiple sources. Make sure you have worked through several scenarios for then configuring the stocks where you associate stores with sales channels like a website. Use with B2B, step through the shared catalogs, create a shared catalog, create a new product and get it to appear in the shared catalog. Create a company on the front end and work through the steps to make that company active. Practical experience, e-commerce, objective number 1. And objective number 2, this is where I find people get the lowest marks. This objective covers Magento Cloud and is also an overview of how Magento is built, as well as scopes. You see, scopes, website stores, and store views are a fundamental and probably the most powerful feature available in Magento. The competition is still trying to catch up to Magento, this feature that Magento's had for years and years, probably since the beginning, literally. Scopes is a fundamental aspect, but it is also the culmination of all your Magento knowledge. For example, you'll be asked how many websites, stores, and store views to create for a given scenario. You need to understand what contributes to the requirements for creating a website or a store view. And just to be clear, the answer does not always begin with one website. It might be one or no websites. It might be just a store view. It's all that's necessary to satisfy the requirements. And you'd be surprised at how often that is all that is necessary to satisfy requirements. So as you get into this, you're going to learn a lot more about Magento and what it takes to effectively manage a store. Number 3 is the Magento Admin and Storefront. I find people, especially who have been involved in Magento, do pretty well at this one. As they understand the Magento front end, the Magento admin, but there are still some nuances that are important to remember. How to, in working through customizing the checkout process, how to place orders, how to use the CMS hierarchy, things along those lines. Number 4, business and applications. More scopes. It does take more scopes. Maybe I should say, I'm sorry, I don't know. You see, this focuses more on the internationalization aspects of scopes. So do you know when a store view is necessary? Let's say a merchant is launching a presence in a new country in Europe. Maybe they're already in France, but they're wanting to sell to people in Germany. What does it take to do that? You know, what different shipping methods or different, obviously customizing the language. What if, say they're in Germany and they need to launch a presence in the United Kingdom? What about currency conversion? That kind of thing. That's where this really delves into this type of topics. You need to also understand taxes and reward points and requirements gathering. That's a difficult one. And then finally, objective number 5, the catalog. So this involves product types. What types of products are applicable or useful in this different situation? What categories should I use? How do I effectively manage this? You see, like for example, the root category is per store. Okay, well, do we need a new root category? Is there other techniques that make it so we don't have to create whole new category structures or category trees? Attributes. When do we create an attribute? What types of attributes are available? What is the best strategy to optimizing these? That's 5. Number 5, objective 5, catalog there. So as you can see, this is a tough test, but you can do it. You can do it. I've seen lots of people pass. Frankly, I don't even recommend doing a deep dive study until you have at least 6 months, maybe closer to 8 months to 10 months of practical experience on the Magento platform. That said, there's nothing stopping you from right now, today, diving in, starting to study, but just expect it's going to take you a little longer. It's going to take you more time. Frankly, in order to pass this test, expect to focus maybe 3 months of time, of your free time or dedicated time every day in order to pass this test. Like I say, it's difficult, not impossible at all. But that's again why I built this prep course, to help accelerate this process. But you can do it, and I am excited. I will be excited to see when you send me an email, post on LinkedIn, whatever. I'll be excited to see when you successfully achieve this test.